And now Masters is ever closer to Fabian Vettel, because the car of Fabian Vettel really does not look to have perhaps here comes Philip Ellis as well, look to have the grip as some of the others. And again, you can almost see him throwing it into the corner and letting the back end be loose and continuing to drive through it. But these three are all bunching up together now, so it's going to be 3 for P3 now between Fabian Vettel, Keegan Masters and Philip Ellis. And we're running out of laps, aren't we? And the laps come very quickly here.
We have now 4.5 laps to go. I'm sure we still will see some movements in the fight for the third position of the third step of the podium.
So for now, then, it is Ascona leading by a huge margin, just under 7 seconds now. Then it's Tommaso Mosca out on his own. Here comes Philip Ellis then on the number 17 car of Keegan Masters. Now, here is where Philip will try and get underneath the number 17 car, but you lose so much momentum going into the turn a bit wider, don't you, that you aren't able to carry as much out.
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to do the switch back here unless the driver in front makes a mistake. We see now again Fabian Vettel losing a little bit the rear of the car, having some power oversteer in the first shoulder S, the right-hander. See now again if he's also in trouble for the braking on the last corner. It's okay this time, but Philip Ellis tried the inside line on Master Keegan. I will see down the straight.
I think Ellis might have this because he's got the inside line now. Keegan Masters will try and close it down. He needs a little bit extra power now, and of course both the 17 and 23 car both using the push to pass. They're absolutely equal. The advantage Philip Ellis will have is he will have the inside line going into that turn number 1. Heavy braking for both of them. And now, up onto the curb, and in goes Fabian Vettel. So Vettel has gone in.
He was a car clear ahead,
and he wasn't under pressure at that point. So we'll get a replay of that, I'm sure. But Philip Ellis has moved ahead of the number 17 car of Keegan Masters. What we didn't see was the loss of Fabian Vettel, who has clunked into the wall coming out of turn number 1. Here comes Keegan Masters back again at Philip Ellis. Oh, and Philip Ellis tries to close the door. Keegan Masters trying to get the inside line there. Keegan, for me, he's doing a great job in trying to come back at Philip Ellis here.
Philip Ellis on the push to pass, or in this case, push to defend.
Yes.
How many has left? Might see a shot from his...
I think it was 2 for Keegan Masters.
2 for Keegan Masters for sure.
Oh, and Ellis sideways. Oh, Fabian Vettel, look, that's bodywork, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame. Here it is. Now he's out on his own, Alex.
Brake. Went too far. What a situation.
And then just makes contact.
What a strange situation. Looked like he braked, but there was no brake.
And then just makes contact with that concrete barrier. So Fabian Vettel has gone down to P8, but he is still running. And that was Philip Ellis. And there you can see the now somewhat damaged car of Fabian Vettel, but it is still running. Oh, what a race this has been from the Audi Sport TT Cup. We're on to the final lap, and Mikel Ascona, you know, when he hears the stories of what went on behind him, he'll hardly believe it, because he's none of it, has he? Because he's been so far up the road. Mikel Ascona, and perhaps we've not given enough credit to Ascona.
Just looking at our time screen.
Mosca, of course, is P2. Then it's Ellis P3, having got past Keegan Masters. And Fabian Vettel is out now, so Ellis is going to be on the podium if it stays this way. But what a win it's going to be for Mikel Ascona. What a weekend it's going to be for Mikel Ascona.
Yeah, two poles, 2 wins. So perfect weekend for him in Norisring.
The checkered flag for Mikel Ascona, who takes the win. Tommaso Mosca then on his own takes P2, and then it was this battle which Philip Ellis prevailed in the end, takes P3. P4 goes the way of Keegan Masters. Then it's Milan Doncha.
Good recovery from
P5. It is a very good recovery.
After his spin.
At the beginning of the race, I was explaining Spent some time with him at dinner last night. Great guy to talk to. Beck Husen takes P6. Simon Vert takes P7. Fabian Castelli will take P8. And look at this, it's going to be a P9 finish for our guest driver, Straffer. And Vettel, I think, is out. Yes, he is. He doesn't cross the timing line. So Vettel... Oh. And that was really interesting, and I'm glad you picked up on that and tried to talk us through it, because that was a very, very curious crash, wasn't it?
Yeah, very, very strange. I mean, he braked, and it's like nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then he went straight to the wall.
Well, Miguel Ascona takes the winner trophy in race 6 in the Audi Sport TT Cup.